big reason you might be struggling with nutcrackers is that they act differently for host and client, which I will go over later in the video. The nutcracker takes 5 shovel hits to kill and will always drop 2 shells upon death. It is most commonly found on rend. The nutcracker has a roaming phase, scanning phase, and attacking phase. During its roaming phase, it walks randomly and then occasionally enters its scanning phase where it stops, its eye pops out, and it will rotate slightly, then pause, then rotate slightly again, until it has rotated 360 degrees. After a full rotation, it enters its roaming state again. In its roaming state, the nutcracker will not attack you and can't see you. In its scanning state, the nutcracker can only see the way it is facing. This is about a 70-degree field of view, and if the nutcracker sees you move in any way, then it will attack. This movement includes looking around, walking, or sprinting, or even dancing or emoting such as pointing will alert the nutcracker. When the nutcracker is attacking, it will have a wind-up and shot delay. Initially, this shot delay is pretty slow with this timing shown. However, once the nutcracker reaches 1 HP, which is after 4 shovel hits, it will start to instant shoot after the wind-up. This can be scary because if your teammate dies from a 1 HP nutcracker, then your next teammate to fight could be surprised that the nutcracker shot instantly if they don't get a hit in first. Initially, the nutcracker just stands while aiming and shoots in place, but after shooting at the same player twice, the nutcracker will start to walk while aiming and only pause when it shoots, and this is for that player that it shoots at twice. If you escape the nutcracker aggro and come back later, keep in mind if you are the player it has shot at twice, it will still have the walking animation during shooting. It does not reset. This is where it gets a little weird on client side. The nutcracker will just teleport instead of doing the walking animation, but it is predictable as he will teleport towards where his feet are facing. So just make sure to back up between the shots and before reloading to ensure he doesn't teleport inside of you and kick you. If you get too close to the nutcracker or the nutcracker walks into you, you will get kicked and flung out of the atmosphere. This kick also sets the nutcracker into its attacking phase. The nutcracker cannot kick and shoot at the same time. You can escape the nutcracker if spotted. The nut will just roam randomly in your last seen area for a bit before going back to its scanning again. When it is in this aggressive roaming state, standing still will not keep you safe if you are the one who aggroed it. It will spot you and shoot you. But once it is back in its scanning state, you are fine to avoid it by standing still. When killing the nutcracker, you have 2 methods. The normal way of baiting out shots then hitting, or the crouch cheese method. Keep in mind the crouch cheese method will most likely get removed in version 50. For the normal method, you always want to kill on the last 2 hits, to avoid being shot instantly. Remember, the nutcracker has 5 hits of HP, so you can do 1-2-2, which is my preferred method, 2-1-2, or 1-1-1-2 if you want to take a ton of time. For 1-2-2, which is the easiest in my opinion, you want to get your first hit and then quickly have something to hide behind. Use the thing you are hiding behind to bait out 2 shots, then hit 2 times during the nutcracker reload. The nutcracker will always shoot twice, then reload. Then do the same thing, bait out 2 more shots, and then kill with the last 2 hits during the reload. It is very easy to kill a nutcracker if you have something to loop around. You could just fight the nutcracker indefinitely. For the 2-1-2 method, it is the same thing but just a bit scarier to start. You will hit twice off the start, then quickly hide behind something. Then you will bait out 2 shots, hit once, bait out another 2 shots, then kill with the final 2 hits. I won't show the 1-1-1-2 method because it's just doing the same thing, just only hitting 1 time instead of twice during the reloads, and just isn't the best play. There is a 2-3 method that can be used, but it is quite risky. What you do is hit twice, then bait out 2 shots using the thing you're hiding behind. Then hit 3 times during the reload. You need to be quick with this strategy. Overall, the biggest takeaway here is don't leave the nutcracker on 1 HP to kill. For the crouch cheese method, you can do this anywhere and super fast. You just crouch right next to the nutcracker, but make sure not to get too close. To start, hit the nutcracker and let it spot you so it shoots. Then crouch right next to it while hitting the Nutcracker 2 or 3 times. Then, this is very important, you need to uncrouch to bait the second shot. Otherwise, the Nutcracker will start roaming and walk into you, because to the Nutcracker, you don't exist when you're crouching right next to him. So uncrouch, bait the second shot, then finish killing the Nutcracker during its reload. Here are a bunch of final tips to keep in mind. It's good to always have an open slot to grab the shotgun when it is falling, so that the shotgun doesn't get stuck in a wall, because that can happen when the Nutcracker falls over. Nutcrackers can see and shoot you through doors. The Nutcracker won't one-shot you if you are far away enough, as the shotgun has spread and fall off. This actually goes the same for if you're shooting the Nutcracker from too far. You will just only do slight damage and also aggro it. The Nutcracker can kill nearby monsters when they shoot. You can shovel anywhere on the Nutcracker as long as the eye is up. Hitting or shooting the Nutcracker when its eye is not up will not count as damage, but will set the Nutcracker into attacking mode. However, as client, there have been times that I've seen that shooting or hitting just before the eye goes up or just after the eye goes down will still damage or kill the Nutcracker because of the client-host delay. The shotgun will always drop with the safety off, so make sure to turn the safety on. A shotgun with its safety off can randomly discharge. Also, Vow is the only moon that Nutcrackers don't spawn. Because the Nutcracker shoots twice before reloading, this can mean that if you escape a nut after it shoots once, the next time you are spotted, it will only have one shot in the shotgun, so it will only shoot once and then do its reload animation to get more bullets. Basically saying that the Nutcracker does not reload during its scanning or time off that it's not attacking someone. If it is left with one shot, it will have one shot when you go back to it. The amount of bullets that are in the shotgun are dependent on when you kill the Nutcracker. So, killing the Nutcracker during its reload animation will leave you with 2 shots in the shotgun. Killing just after it is shot once will leave 1 shot in the shotgun, and killing just after the Nutcracker has shot both shots will leave 0 shots in the shotgun. This usually happens when you do the crouch cheese too fast. A reminder is that this does not impact the amount of shells dropped. The Nutcracker will always drop 2 shells regardless. You can use the stun grenade, radar booster, or zap gun to help kill Nutcrackers, but I personally prefer to only use the shovel. If your teammate somehow sets the Nutcracker in its attacking phase, as long as you don't move, the Nutcracker won't lock onto you. And lastly, if you want to know what mods I use to practice, they will be in the description. I hope this helped, and I will see you tomorrow.